Some people would say that I'm mad. Yep, we're going fishing in the snow. It don't look like it's going to settle though. There's chances of a snow carp are going to be very minimal. So it's the 3rd of January 2021. Just come up for a few hours down the local free pool. As you saw from the first clip, it was snowing. That was yesterday when I came down. Most of the lake had a lid on. Now it's the opposite way around. It appears the bit of the lake that was clear yesterday has now got a lid on, and there's a lot of water for me to put a bait in and have an afternoon's fishing. Well, it's now 2 days after my last session up here, so this is a carry on of my latest winter vlog. It's now coming up to 10 AM and I've got about 6 hours on the 5th of January to try and bag myself a carp out of a local free pool, which will be my first carp of 2021. Last night, Boris Johnson announced another lockdown. Fishing hasn't been banned yet, so before it has or there's any announcement on it, I thought I'd get myself out for the day, because this could be the last chance for the next 4 to 6 weeks I get to go. Wow, it ain't big to start the year, but I hadn't even got time to get the kettle on. This little block of ice, it's the first one of the day. Still a bit of life left in it. It's the first one, 2021. Well, I'm happy with that to start 2021 off after 3 hours blanking the other day. Anybody that follows me on social media or anyone that's subscribed to my channel who's seen last winter's vlogs knows that 2020 started badly for me. I did 6 trips for pike and carp and managed 6 weeks of blanking before I managed to have a fish. So to start with one fish year in the first week, even though it was only small, I'm more than happy with that. The sun's out, it's actually fairly warm. I'm sat out of my van, out of the wind, and it's actually not too bad. I've had to put my shades on. I'm actually quite hopeful that we can have another couple of carp before the sun goes down later on. I've had a change of tactics. I've now cast further out up into this top corner of the lake. Well, I'm hoping that maybe a carp will pick it up. I can put one on their nose, or as I'm not using back leads, I'm using a very tight line to try and even pick up a liner. I know if I get a liner that's somewhere between my rod tip and where my bait is and where the carp are, because I've had 2 rods on the spot where I caught one from this morning. Since then I haven't had a touch, so I sort of give up and I'm now going to start searching for them. It's not a big lake, so hopefully they won't be too far away. I've also changed my, one of my rods onto a krill dumbbell from a raspberry ripple dumbbell. So I've gone from a sweet bait to a very fishy smelly bait, and a bright bait onto a dull bait. So let's see if that changes our fortunes. Subscribers, regular viewers of my vlogs will recognise this little guy. It's bang on 2 o'clock. And you recognise him? It's good old One Eye. Poor little guy's only got one eye. See the other side. He's just over 4 pound. Ain't gonna weigh him. I'm not gonna muck him around. I'm gonna get him back in. That's 2. Start off 2021. So that's the 3rd time in 6 months I've had one eye. I've had him 7 or 8 times now since I started fishing here years ago. There's a bit of a legend between me and my mates. The poor little fella, he's got enough to deal with in his life with only one eye than me keeping him out of the water for too long, so I didn't bother weighing him. So I wanted to keep track, see what size he is, whether he's putting weight on or anything like that. But I know, looking at him, he's like £4.2. He ain't put any weight on in ages since I started first weighing him. But I got him back in the water quick, and now I've got both my rods out over on that spot. I don't think I'm going to fish till dark now. So probably give it about another hour or so. It's 2:15 now. But incidentally, one eye's bite come through the usual time of bite time in the winter up here, which is 1 o'clock till maybe 3, half 3. You don't get a lot going into darkness up here during the winter months. So I'm going to stick it out. Like I said, both rods are on that spot now. That's my last cast. See what happens over the next hour. The sun's rapidly going down. It's coming up to 3:15, and I'm going to end my vlog there and slowly start to pack down. If this isn't to be it, the last of the fishing for 6 weeks, then I'll see you at the end of the lockdown. Thanks for watching. Please see all my other videos to keep you entertained when we can't leave the house.